Hey, Laura, good start here. This is pretty much all I'm seeing on your map because when you import a file or place it, if it's not in the folder, it will not show up. So again, if you look here, let me see, let me move this over. See where it says Artwork 27? So if I select that and I select it, see this big square? That means that that's an image. So that needs to you need to not have the images in the file because the idea with the image is to trace them. So that's a little bit of a problem. So you're off to a good start with your, and see all these images. All those are linked images. So and you know, I can see that you trace some of them. Let's see here. Whoops. I have to zoom in here. So yeah, let me see here. These are tiny, so they need to be bigger. You can't see this, and this is probably about half the size. So even at a really big size, you can't see these icons very well. So again, it's not that hard to make this whole thing bigger. You know, once you select, let's say you select that. Yeah, see, it's selecting all of it. That's the problem. Let's see here. There's also some, I'm trying to open your file again to show you. There's also some library assets that aren't showing. So this is basically what your map is. So be sure to really go back and look at look at what you, make sure that that you traced everything. Because when I go to see your your JPEG file, looks like this. So it's just telling me that I'm not sure where some of these elements are. But just based on this here, you need a city name, and this just needs to be cleaned up quite a bit. And this whole legend needs to be a lot larger. You've got a lot of negative space. All these icons need to be a lot bigger. I would suggest rotating these and trying to get this text to line up inside of the streets. So have a look at, I posted a lot of images last week. Let's see if I can find it. So these are the images that I posted in the discussion last week. And again with my video. So this is kind of the expectation here. Pretty neat and clean. Again, these icons could even be a little bit bigger, but again, they're small on the legend, but again, not as small as yours. And then they're bigger on the map. Just like these should be a lot bigger too, but I just posted this for the color. So this is really the level of development. And again, this is pretty simple. So and notice how the street names are right inside of the street, so it looks really neat and tidy. Okay, so again, I would really suggest some work on this. I wouldn't use that old English typeface for this. You can select this whole thing and make it bigger, since you've got a lot of negative space for that. That's what I would do. I just make the whole legend bigger, and then make sure you have, I don't know, your roads just aren't showing up in the Illustrator file. They could be covered up with something, but I'm not sure. I'm just not seeing. They look empty in your file. Like I can see this that says roads, but it's gone. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, so again, I would suggest trying to work on this a little bit more and reposting it to the same Dropbox. Then you'll have a chance to pick up some more points, because you're not meeting a lot of the requirements with this, and there's a lot of little sloppy stuff that needs to really be taken care of as well. So again, look at the examples and let me know if you need any help with anything. Be sure you have 10 icons. And again, they can be small, but I would make the legend like this big, and then make the icons on the map bigger. So again, you don't want to use, let's see how many you have here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like you only have 5, so you're going to need to draw 5 more to meet the spec. And again, most students spend probably about, 10 or 12 hours on this. So it's kind of, it's kind of important. I mean, this is Dwayne's, and again, he spent, I think he said 15 hours on this, and this is the level of development it really needs to be for a final project with, with all these points. Okay, so anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to help with anything that, that you can, that you need help with, and just grab me on Hangouts or whatever, or we can meet in a WebEx room. Okay,